Hi, Julian. All right, I'm ready to do your soul rebirth journey. This is going to be really interesting because you're sharing some unique galactic connections. And so I'm going to see what I can do to connect with your friends from the stars, and then we'll do some journey healing for you as well. So you sent me some of your goals here. So you're just wanting to let go of anything not in resonance with your spiritual journey. That I can do. You want to see spirit more easily. You say, I had an etheric cap on my third eye removed not long ago, which I placed on myself so I couldn't see spirits when I was young. So right now I only perceive my guides as little blue sparks. So we'll do some tuning there. See, any energetic gunk that I find in the way. So yes, you're really gung-ho about your purpose here, and you've got this awakening journey that you're on, and you really want to support human awakening and all that sort of thing. So I'm really excited about it. You shared this aura drawing you received, and you're just really excited about these beings that from the stars, and you just have a very warm, just a warm, generously warm energy that you're sharing with me from your messages, and it's really refreshing. So we have this Sethmore, and then Ba Carl, which you're telling me it's pronounced like a cat purr, which I can kind of hear that, you know. Then there's Michael, who makes you laugh. So let's see here. I've been looking at this picture you sent me, so I'm just taking it all in. This Sethmore looks pretty interesting. There's Ba Carl, who doesn't want to talk to a cat person? Like, and then you were telling me too that, let me see here. There's a tall actuarian, tall white, and benevolent gray, and probably heaps more. So you want support of my spirit team, higher self, the angels, ascended masters, archangels, to come with me on the journey. You're so sweet. All right, I'm ready to get this job going. All right, Julian. Just gonna relax here and then we'll start, okay? We'll just see what I see. I honestly just want to start laughing because I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see who shows up. We'll see if we can get any of them to come, and then maybe there'll be some new faces too. There's really an interesting sensation that I'm feeling right away. And when I go to see you, just to see you in your orb sphere, there's quite a ripple of energy that just hit. And it was quite a quick tail that moved by. So, and the energy's really picking up and getting really strong, and I'm getting really relaxed, almost like my senses are being taken over by somebody else. This Sethmore is quite an energy. I really like the way he feels. There's something that I really like about him. His was the first image that really stuck out to me. And I've been thinking about him as well. There's a smiling energy that he's sharing right now. He's showing me a spoon and eating cereal is what Abby was doing today. And yes, I was eating my cereal for breakfast. Thank you, Sethmore. Let's see. I can hear all of the sounds of eating cereal and the spoon being put back into the bowl. The sound of milk. I can hear the sound of being done and setting the bowl down and by my sink. I can hear all of these sounds perfectly. He's talking about you, Julian, being able to hear all of the sounds of the spirit realm, all the sounds that I hear perfectly. It's amazing the way they can echo through my ears, which I'm not hearing them with my ears, right? I'm hearing them inside of my brain or I don't know how to describe where I hear this stuff or how I can hear it as though I'm hearing it with my own ears. And it is so crisp and so clear and in such high definition. It is unmistakable what I'm listening to, the sounds I'm listening to. He is wanting to really amp up your ability to hear him, hear sounds with greater clarity to this heightened degree. You should be able to hear the spirit realm, hear these sounds. They don't talk to me in a language. They talk to me through vibrations, through feelings in my body, through pictures, through sounds, but they don't just start having a long conversation like I'm having with you right now. They don't just talk to me. And we all want them to just talk to us, right? Because that would just be easy, because that's what we understand as communication. But that isn't the same version of communication that exists in all forms across it. There is a one version of communication that all species relate to, and it is energetic. It is through veins of love. It is through veins of emotion, through pictures, through feelings, through sounds. And that is where the clarity comes from. So I'm just letting him go with it. It's quite interesting, making my nose itch. But so here I am talking to you. Well, simultaneous, there's sort of a head that is sort of in my head, but it's also kind of off to the side a little bit. So I've been asking him while I'm talking to you, I've been asking him, to show me, to work with me so we can help you with your sensory abilities. And there's no communication in response to that. I'm just supposed to share what I see, and that is all for right now. So I'm quite certain that's going to be part of the work we're going to do. He is indicating that you had mentioned something about seeing demons in your spiritual atmosphere, which I'll absolutely go look for those as well. So there is a quick flicker of echo from me seeing that. I didn't indicate that when I introduced the video. So he wanted me to indicate that. He knows that I see that the value of altering those vibrations, healing those vibrations, provide the most monumental relief for human beings. I see quite ugly and disturbing things, but when I can transform those into vibrations of heaven and unconditional love, it is amazing how that can make a human being feel in their body, mind, and spirit. The balance and the alteration of the way you feel is extraordinary. And so I want to find the darker things. It's really refreshing when I have an experience and nothing dark happens. It's sort of strange. I really don't want to see dark stuff, but I'm used to it. I'm not just... It doesn't rattle... I mean, sometimes it does rattle my cage, but for the most part, I understand what its purpose is. So... He's really soft, he's really kind about the way I am talking to you in relation to the quick feelings and images that he shared with me related to that topic. He's really easy to work with. He's outstanding. In fact, he is so outstanding and so easy to work with. It's almost as if he's here in our dimension and standing with me. I know it's indicated that he is a spirit guide. He's quite, but I also get the impression that he's spirit guide, but he's an alien friend. I mean, the guy is very crisp and clear for me, far clearer than my spirit guides are. He's really easy to feed off of his energy and to hear him, or understand or relate to what he's sharing, which is not coming through in words at all, period. He's very nice. He's standing very tall, taller than you'd think he was. He's skinny. I'm surprised by how tall he is. I didn't think he would be that tall. I thought maybe 6 foot, but he seems taller than that. And maybe it's only because to imagine him as 7 foot just seems way too tall, but he's so skinny, and maybe that's why he looks longer. I adore him, totally. Totally love the way his heart beats. In that way, I can feel his heart portal energy. It is absolutely moving, addictive, joyful, happy, makes me feel laughter within my body when I connect with him. So I'm just relaxing here and I'm waiting for the next thing. He's talking to me. He's here in my apartment with me. We are looking at my crystal ball together. I don't know why they always do this, but I always hold it in my hand, so I take it with me on every single journey. I hold it with every reading, every spiritual healing, everything, my crystal balls. I even sleep with my crystal ball at night. It's like attached to my body. I love my crystal ball. It's full of energy. It's really amped up, full of positive energy. He's talking about there's a constant flow of love and energy that I share with this crystal ball piece. And there's an interesting balance or reflection between what I share with my crystal ball and what I will share with you is really amped up positive light energy. Give me just a minute. There's some music playing next door and it's just distracting me. I'll be right back. All right, Julian, sorry about that. That was not a neighbor. That was actually a car that pulled up. They were really blasting their music. All right, so I'm back. I'm ready to go again. I'm just going to relax and reconnect with Sethmore and then go back to what we were seeing with the crystal ball and with you. Really filling you and exposing you to a great deal of profound light is what they're talking about. It's what he is. He is returning into me, actually entering into my expression. He's really refreshing when I feel him enter into me. There's nothing scary about that. I don't know how to define why that doesn't concern me, but when I feel him entering into me, I can feel his skinny body. I can feel his energy is very pure and sincere, and I'm welcoming of it. He's talking about the reason why I'm not afraid is because I already sense his presence is very sincere and welcoming and not going to hurt me at all, period. He says, I don't do this with energies that don't feel like him. And if they don't feel like him, I'm the one that usually enters into them and then possesses them with divine light. All right, turn the tables. Okay. I'm just relaxing. It's just a lovely feeling he shares with me. He does this with you, he says. He's doing this with you regularly in order to help you create an understanding for how to communicate with him, because he does not communicate with words at all, period. He communicates with your heart portal specifically. He communicates with vibrational energies. He's really into enhancing your psychic ears, basically. He really wants you to hear the wisdom he's sharing that isn't translated into language that we speak in English or whatever language. It is related to hearing sounds that define things. I don't have to say bowl of cereal. I can just show you a picture and then share the sounds of it. And that has more meaning and value to your experience than when I would say bowl of cereal. It does not have the same flavor of experience. He's talking about why it is important to have psychic ears to hear. He's talking about heart portal wisdom that I share. He talks about how you breathe in and exhale energy through the heart portal. It's just here in the center of your chest. I can feel energy going in and out of here. And it's how I communicate with spirits or aliens or whoever. They share energy that comes through my heart portal, and I feel love, I feel trust, I feel different energies that translate into. I translate it into a language then to help other people understand. All I can do is the best I can with the language we speak in relationship to what that feels like. But he's really talking about us focusing on really enhancing your skills in this way too. So they're aligned with my skills as well. There's some balance that we share in this way. But he's indicating all human beings have psychic ears, have psychic eyes, have psychic heart sensations that they can translate higher wisdom when they choose to have the awareness that it is there. So he's really pushing really hard more wisdom related to this in conjunction with you and your development. So let's just see what else he has here. He's really interactive. He's picking this up and he's doing something with it. He's spinning it on his finger perfectly. This thing is heavy. Nobody would be able to spin that thing on their finger. There's like a perfect levitation just above his very long, skinny finger, and it is spinning perfectly. He is making it happen through his Jedi mind tricks or something. I call him Jedi mind tricks. He was saying psychic mind or psychic ability. He's talking about gravity. Let me see here. He's showing me himself. He looks a lot like this picture, but I see him slightly differently. I see him similar to this, even the green color, but I see his head is quite a lot larger than it appears here to me, and then it has kind of a heart. I see him like a heart-shaped head, and maybe there's a reason why I'm seeing him like a heart-shaped head that comes down, very tall, skinny, and green, black eyes, totally loving, totally trustworthy. Emotion that is love is his consciousness. He really likes you. He really finds you to be a joy in his experience. I relate to him as a real person. But I do get that there's sometimes a fine line between what is a spirit and what is an alien, because they can feel alike. But there's a lot, I can hear him, I can feel him really a lot more clearly in the physical realm. So he feels more physical to me, whereas spirits are such light bodies, they feel lighter. And he feels denser to me. He's fast. He can quickly go in between dimensions very quickly. I mean, he's really impressive in what he is able to accomplish. He's standing on a mini mountain. There's something about perception of height, even. What is a mini mountain is actually a very tall mountain, but you can't tell from this angle because everything is stretched out in a weird way that it makes it look small and then makes him look longer the closer I am to him. Well, he's still spinning this on his finger at the top of a mountain, but on top of something on top of a mountain too. It's just like the mountain looks very small from this aerial view. But if I were to stand down, I mean, he's like 1,000,000 feet above a mountain, somehow standing on top of a mountain. So he's stretched out taller than the mountain is, which makes the mountain look so tiny from an aerial view. It makes him look very tall. Not sure what he's trying to say here about this. He's talking about balancing. He's trying to balance on some other object that's on top of a perfect point. Well, he's balancing perfectly. There's this mountain, right? there's an odd object, like let's just throw a piano or something strange that just wouldn't make sense to be on top of a mountain with simultaneously a washer and dryer, and then let's just throw a chair on top of that, and then let's just throw a ball on top of the chair, which is also tilted on its side, so it's only standing on one leg. And then let's just put Sethmore on top of that, balancing perfectly, and then stretched out by a million, and then his finger with my crystal ball on top of it. So now you see what we're dealing with here. There's something about the mountain is not that big, because all of this junk is being stretched out to be far bigger than the mountain is. He is even bigger than all of this stuff combined. But everything is still in the same size of what is a very small picture. How would an artist draw this? I don't know, but yet I'm able to see or experience it in this way. And he's talking about balance. Perfect balance in the most unimaginable situation. How do you create perfect balance in the most unimaginable situation possible? He has no fear or concern at all as he's balancing on top of all of this, and nothing collapses or nothing even shakes or moves. He is totally Mr. Cool about it. Has no sensation of concern whatsoever as he is doing this balancing act. While simultaneously, there's something significant here about this heavy crystal ball on top of a finger spinning perfectly, because he's using some higher ability to make the impossible possible, and even make the impossible so possible that it looks easy. It looks like anybody could just do this. Although from my angle, it's like that would be very hard for a human being to accomplish that version of balance. But again, he's talking about he says ew. I mean, I feel ew when I say it would be very hard for a human being to accomplish it. He's like, get those thoughts out of your head. Stop thinking that you can't accomplish this version of balance. Don't even say that I can't do it. You say, I am already in this balance. Now you are in the balance. This is what he's saying. You have to say, perceive, feel, experience, and be in oneness with this truth that I am always in perfect balance. He's saying that you need this. You need to say, I am already in perfect balance. I am in perfect alignment with the infinite universe. Not just the physical body, the physical world, the physical sky, the spiritual universe, your soul expression in all its facades and every angle that it is. That's impressive for me to experience this. And he's literally saying this for everybody, including myself. To choose to wake up in the morning, visualize yourself accomplishing this feat that I just described with a crystal ball spinning on your finger that weighs several pounds as dense, heavy matter spinning, and say in your visualization, I am in perfect balance. He says when you do this, every single day that you visualize this for a few minutes and say, I am in perfect balance, he says you are going to feel, experience, and be aligned with an extraordinary new version of who and what you are capable of, the wisdom you choose to balance with. It's impressive. He says this Jedi mind trick works for every single person who chooses to use it every day. He's showing me this is all very quick stuff. He's showing me it's language is the slowest form of communication possible. It's almost hard for me to tolerate sometimes. But he's talking about I broke the connection by doing that. Let me get back to what he was saying. Sorry. Sorry, Sethmore. and realigning with what is this balance. There's a reason why everything collapses when we do something. This is a perfect explanation of wisdom. Even my response to it was also a form of wisdom about human beings and the choice to use language to communicate. There's a lot of wisdom in what just happened there. I'll let you decide it. I'm telling you, the link in the cable went out as if everything just collapsed and fell down to the ground, and I didn't even know that was going to happen. He's talking, he's really happy, he's really excited because he's saying I never did lose the connection, but there's something to be learned through everything. Sometimes we feel in perfect balance and then it suddenly just collapses on us and we don't even know what happened. We didn't do anything to inspire or spark that. He says that is the human conundrum, is the best way I could define it. The human conundrum of I've always been in perfect balance. Then what was that? So I'm asking him, so what was that? Where's our answer, Sethmore? I want it. He's so jolly. He's a jolly green giant. But he wouldn't be like super tall, but he's tall and skinny. So lovely, so genuine. It's not coming, the answer's not coming. I'm getting tired or sleepier. There's a reason why this is happening. He's returning to the image of standing in perfect balance. He says, I forgot. So when that happened, okay, so when I was saying that and I lost balance, right? And I was like, oh, well, let me get back to it so I can tell you what he was trying to say. In order to get back to it, I envisioned myself recreating the image all over again and finding my way back to standing at a perfect balance like he was, in order to realign with where we were at, or the wisdom. So I forgot that I had done that. So he's telling me that that when it feels like the balance has collapsed and you've fallen and there's no balance or structure, you climb back up to the top again and say to your mind and your body, you say that there is structure, there is balance, I am in balance again. And then you just keep doing it, no matter what happens. There's something, gosh, he's really hard right now. He's so fast. Slow down. And he's exhausting me. He's like a road runner. I'm going to relax and slow down so I can keep up with him. I'm forcing him to slow down. I have human language to work with here. Okay. I'm going to try and repeat all of this. He's talking about human beings okay, we're going to start here with the exercise. You do the exercise, okay? The exercise itself helps you to feel that perfect balance. There are going to be moments and energy exchanges and transfers in the evolution of mankind and ascension energy and all this stuff that's going on. And you're going to feel, there's going to be some months or some energy moments where you're going to feel like, what happened? Because I was on top of the world. I was on top of the world so awesomely. I was on top of a mountain and all these, the piano, the chair, the ball, the this and that, the other thing, and standing perfectly. And now I don't even know what happened. I feel like everything just collapsed and I didn't do anything wrong. He's saying that is part of the development of the human experience. He's talking about your spiritual journey, that there's going to be moments where you're going to feel like you have attained this perfect balance and it's going to collapse on you and you're not going to know what happened. He said, don't stop the visualization. Don't stop the visualization. You create the mountain, you put everything back where it goes, and you climb up to the top and you put the crystal ball on there, spin it on your finger, and you say, I am in perfect balance with the infinite universe. And when you say infinite universe, it is infinite physical and spiritual universe, with all that is, was, and ever will be. He's saying that. So now this whole thing was a massive lesson about your spiritual journey is going places. We're going to amp up your capacity to hear the spirit, or hear him, I mean, I don't know how to call this a spirit realm, because communicating with alien beings, it's like communicating with spiritual beings. There's no separation between the spirit realm and the physical realm. The physical realm is merely a dense spiritual universe. That's how I choose to see it. So we are already in the spirit realm as it is. It's just a denser version, and there's different versions of density. And so when you say that, you're in alignment with everything, all things, all expressions, all the oneness, the one consciousness, everything, all times, all places. So he is saying that he wants to share this with you, Julie, and this is very important for you, but important for everybody who watches, about this. To walk a spiritual pathway, you have to understand that you're going to have to do some practicing. So do this simple visualization technique as just something you can add into your journey to enhance it that much more. But there's going to be moments where you're going to fall off the horse and you're going to wonder what in the world just happened, because I was doing awesome there. Abby, have to deal with this on the regular, and it's annoying. And it doesn't make sense, and I don't like it, but I accept it, and I understand that it has to do with energy fluctuations. It has to do with my body keeping up with my spiritual advancement. My body has to grow. It has to realign and redevelop its expression in order to keep up with my spiritual development. And so it's going to feel like you just lost everything that you just gained, when actually there's just a restructure of your identity. So don't stop choosing to see yourself in balance, okay? And don't give up. And you never did anything wrong. I never did anything wrong by stopping for a minute to describe my experience communicating, translating things that are going like this into a human language that takes words that it's very, very slow. So there was nothing wrong in me doing that. It was just part of the lesson and part of the learning, so we can have some real life examples too. So he's wearing me out. He's exhausting me. He's really zippy and fast. He's still in connection with my body. I'm getting really exhausted. I'm telling him we need to slow down, or I'm going to be wiped out I'm not going to be able to last 2 hours. So I'm just going to relax here. We're taking a mini break, basically. He's still in my body. He's still a part of me. His sort of head is kind of at an angle out here. There's a reason why I can see, hear, feel everything at this angle. And he even is sort of at this angle too. I don't know, maybe this side of my head or brain is more of a psychic side than the other. And so I can gather all the wisdom I need just through looking off in the corner. I can see, hear, feel everything when I look off that way with my eyes open. I can close my eyes and look straight ahead, and everything comes through me just fine, but I kind of like to do this work with my eyes open. So if I close my eyes, I'll get tired and fall asleep. That's why if you're going to learn how to meditate, do it with your eyes open and start with visualization techniques, and they do work. So he's so loving. He's giving me sort of like a genuine hug coming from behind and holding me like this. He's just so loving. I'm so happy I'm getting to meet the Sethmore. So sweet. He asked me if I know where he comes from. There was something about Arcturus. I talk to aliens. I don't know where they're from. I don't know what. I just call them whatever name I feel like calling them, and then that's it. I would probably call this guy Hearthead or Green Guy or something of that kind. But I would not. I don't know. But on your sheet it says Arcturus or something. I don't know. He's really jovial. He can laugh at things too. It's really nice when they can laugh at things as well. He's sort of laughing at he translates everything that comes through my energy fields very quickly. And so I'm trying to define for you viewers why I don't have a clue about these things. And he's laughing because I still can't figure out how to translate that thought or feeling into a human language. And he's something about that will do, or that's good enough, or something of that kind. It's like he's relaxing me again. I want to start doing healing work for Julian. He's like, this is the most important wisdom I'm to be sharing, is to help you right here. You're supposed to know this right off of the bat for your spiritual journey, to have these expectations and to have this understanding about what spiritual ears or psychic ears, what it's like to have that ability, and to know what it's like to translate his messages, which are very fast, but totally intertwined with loving vibrations and pictures that could be complicated, but as long as you describe them out, you'll start to understand what he's trying to tell you. But he'll help you through energy vibrations too. He'll tell you yes or no through saying like, yay, you got that right, or ew, don't say I can't do that. You say, I am in balance with the infinite spiritual universe. You say that every time. You don't say what I can't do now. Now you have defined what you can't do. Don't define that ever, period. Define what you can do, and now you can do it. And always align with that being the truth, period. So I keep asking him, like, so can we please start healing her now? Or he's like, I'm the road runner, but look how impatient you are. Something delirious and some sort of clock. It's a clock projected from my third eye, and I feel the spinning wheel going around in a circle like this, and it puts me into a trance state, some spinny feeling. They do this to me, and I don't. It happens sometimes, and it sort of gets me into a trance state. We're talking, but I wouldn't have a clue what about. There's a download of information going on right now. That's why I'm turned off, I guess. All I can think about is eating chocolate brownies right now. Really thick, fudgy kind. Something good. Sort of, when they do this, is sort of like, you just want to relax in the tub, and so you do, right? And you could get the shower going and then just plug it and then just let the water fill up on its own while you just enjoy hot water, and just, you can turn your light off and then you just have candles or just a nightlight, and it's really nice and relaxing on the eyes. And so when they do this, when I go through a download like this where they kind of shut me down, it's really equivalent to closing your eyes in the shower while you're sitting down, the water filling up. It's dark, but there's some light. There's some small versions of light, and that's what it feels like. It feels like everything's shutting down in a very peaceful way, and I feel information coming into, actually, my body's absorbing the wisdom. So snakes too can hear through their pores or their scales, or they absorb wisdom as well through their body. Like their skin actually absorbs wisdom. And so human bodies have a photosynthesis like plants or whatever, where we can too digest wisdom that through our pores or our energy field, or I don't know where it goes, but I can feel it like it's going into my skin, and it's all over, and it's a relaxing sensation. It's much faster than talking. I have a feeling that this download is going to be the wisdom I need to complete your journey healing work. I don't have a clue what it says. We just... It will reveal itself through the work that I do. I'm seeing like an old Apple computer or, Word doc, like a doc, whatever it was called, doc system, where you have to put like cd dot slash slash or whatever the file name, and then it would open the file that way. It's pretty old school. I'm seeing that prompter, and it's at the top of an old computer screen, and it's just flashing, waiting for me to put in the queue for it to bring up the file. I'm typing. I don't know what I am typing. I'm just typing and press enter. It's bringing up a catalog of wisdom. It's scrolling down in order to go to the next thing where I would push enter or say Y or N or something like that. I'm hearing a noise, a beep, as I push the button. I'm feeling very uncomfortable for some reason. I feel like I'm in the computer somehow. Spirit guides asked me what makes me uncomfortable about this. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what I am about to find, but what I've just entered in and will be finding is the energy from it is making me feel very uncomfortable. It makes me feel like something bad is going to happen. I'm not able to see anything yet. I'm being projected to the space. I'm thinking of very gruesome things. I don't mean to be thinking of this, but the energy is translating into different thoughts of quite terrible deaths. And I just keep thinking my fingers being cut off. I have to see these things. It's every person I have met there's gross stuff that has been done on this planet. It is a torture chamber place. It is so gross. Some things it just... seriously, has everybody gotten this done? Can somebody have just had a happy... just never had a nightmare, please? I don't want to see this. Okay. It is what is the equivalent of laying down on a table in a white dress. You're not aware of what is going on. You're in a sleep state. There's an alien interaction going on here. I'm supposed to indicate this is not from this lifetime. This is a safety mechanism because you would fear now your friends from the stars, whereas you've had other lifetimes with those from the stars who had to examine the species, and in doing so had created a malfunctions in what is your balance as a human being. Would have been hard for you. This creature is not one that I've ever seen before. He's quite just dark. His skin is very strange. It's like black, blue, and gray. It's like his brain is somehow a part of his head. His head's kind of smushy looking. He's not very nice. He's angry. She's still sleeping. She's so innocent and peaceful. She looks like an 8-year-old girl. She's wearing a nightgown dress type of thing. It's white. She's on a table. She is not awake at all. She's smiling in her sleep while he is having reactive responses to her. There's something else going on here. She is... He's just watching her thought patterns as if they're like a computer. He can read her computer screen very quickly and very easily. It's very simple for him to see everything that is going through her computer database. And he sees her in this way. A computer database full of different projections of systems of thought, patterns, emotions, etc. He is exploring her mind in this fashion. This is how he is able to understand other living organisms through their patterns of thought in this simple way, like a computer. He could go into her computer streams and alter the coding. And now her whole system is changed. Like she is not a living organism, she's now a robot that he can do whatever he wants with. I'm just watching. He is inputting codes of wisdom into her logical mind. I'm just getting overwhelmed by this. Alright, I don't know what to do right now. I'm telling him I'm not going to look at this anymore, period. I can't tolerate the wisdom of this right now. I need something else here. I'm just choosing to see this as a demon realm and not a past life, and so I'm going to alter the wisdom of this, is what I'm going to do. I am stopping him from typing. I am telling him it is no more. I am lifting what is this is how I'm translating it. He is inputting in codes of wisdom into her logical mind, but I see it as he's typing it in there, but he's doing it psychically. And so I'm seeing it in this way, but translating the wisdom. So I'm just going to alter what is the truth of what happened. Something about this lifetime created a ripple into this lifetime. And Sethmore really wants to heal this part of your spiritual reflection in order for you to hear, see, feel him better. Sethmore's totally loving. This man, this entity here, it isn't of his awareness to... It is like a scientific experiment. He's curious. He is trying to... He's doing this work... It feels quite evil to me. And I can't tolerate watching it. Because when I see this stuff going on, this is the reason, this is always the echo that returns. Why don't we have a right to tamper with you when you feel you have the right to tamper with your animals? To tamper with your genetic food, to tamper with your, to do these things to your mice or your cows or your sheep or whatever. Why don't we have a right to do it to you then? And so I say, I understand. And that is what breaks my heart, because it takes time for human beings to wake up to the reality that we have to choose to balance and be loving in extreme ways, even towards insects and everything. And I don't know how we accomplish this, but that is what is the wisdom that I have. Why wouldn't I have a right to do what you are doing to others on your planet? But there's also, it's not exactly like that. That's just a tiny fragment of the truth. Another fragment of the truth is related to a development, their species wanting to explore what their comprehension of an infinite universe is. Just like we want to explore our comprehension of an infinite universe. How do we get better? We can only use what we know. If the best that we know is science, then we use science. If the best that they know is this extraordinary ability, now they're going to use this in order to examine what happens next, sort of thing. They're saying she was not harmed in this interaction. It was an exploration of human identity. They're very curious about our pattern of thought and brain waves, etc., emotional patterns, all of that. What we would see as an infinite coding of information, they would see very simple, like a very good computer programmer. They would be able to look at any creation and be able to identify all of the codes that make up that expression instantly. That's how it feels to me, but there's clearly a navigation, or they're looking at other things that they're curious about what is unique to this species, and they're looking at altering the coding to see what happens, kind of thing. That there's just a really gross feeling I get from it, like we're just being computer programmed, and we don't get the right to just be freely be a creation. They're saying this took place on the planet. They're talking about this as part of a human. Something like this has happened on the planet. This would have been several hundred years ago that this girl was in existence, like the 1700s or something. She had no clue that this had happened, period. They were very kind in that way. I don't know if you call that kindness, but she wouldn't have ever known. They're asking me if I know what they altered with her brain pattern, and I'm saying, please tell me it was good. Please tell me they were healing something that had happened. And they're saying, is that what you want to see as the truth? And I'm saying, yes. They're saying, allow that to be the input that was put into her mind. Into her mind was coding that she was able to hear, see, and feel a higher realm of wisdom than she would have had capacity for without their help. They're saying that there's a very positive generation of energy that is provided for me through this. I'm able to actually be a part of the work. I'm actually able to work with this entity, and I'm able to alter this perception of the logic, or something very good is happening. The energy was very foul. The energy was very hard to digest. I didn't want to see it. I don't like seeing human beings on tables being dissected by aliens. I can't tolerate it, period. I just don't like seeing it. It's very hard for me to tolerate it. It's just one version of wisdom. I can look at any gross demon scene. I can look into demon eyes, but I can't tolerate seeing alien beings dissecting human beings. I can't deal with it. But, so I had some sensation about that. They did not dissect her. There's something. Just give me a minute here to collect myself, and then I'll tell you, okay? Everything is turning into something very positive, very good, and it feels very warm and loving right now. I'm able to actually enter into his experience of the work he is doing, and he feels that it is benevolent and kind. There's two versions of the truth here. This work I'm doing is getting far more complicated because our perception of time is changing, and It's odd because I'm seeing two versions of the truth. One version of the truth is aligned with this, that the coding was corrupted. One version of the truth is actually this man was very benevolent and that he had done work in order to raise your vibration and help enhance your awareness of the infinite universe. And so which version do I choose to believe? Do we choose to use Sethmore's idea here that we're not capable of this version of balance? Now the balance crumbles. Or do we say, I am in oneness with the infinite universe? So now I get to actually have the pleasure of no longer being in connection with whatever that scary was is no value, period. Now I am in connection with what is this premier, extraordinary, balanced alignment that Sethmore has provided us. And I'm actually getting to experience something very profound and joyful with what is this alien being. And it's even like so happy. It's exhilarating. It makes me feel like celebrating. I'm actually so happy. I'm squealing with my heart, and I'm entering into him and helping him to provide extraordinary positive vibrations to enhance the way your body thinks, feels, acts, behaves. You're going to be pushed beyond what you ever thought was possible. We are altering the coding of logic in your human mind and your consciousness and everything. So the logic is not of pain and suffering or anything to deteriorate you. It is to enhance you. So now I'm getting to work with him in order to enhance the programming. Now your programming states that I can hear with psychic clarity. Now your programming states I can see with psychic clarity. Now I'm working with him and we're enhancing your programming. So now it states, I can feel and I can understand. I can be in oneness with the profound gift of psychic clarity. And he's showing me that that the coding is trillions, it's infinite. It's what we would be like, that's going to stall out the computer like 2 seconds ago. Like in 2 seconds, the computer freaks out. It's too much code. For him, it's so easy. He can just knows for some reason. He can look into what is just infinite codes and move them around, like you could see on like the Avengers screen where they're like, we've got this going on, then we just move in all these places and now we have a whole storyline. He's like, I can move these codes around and now we have what is genetic perfection. In order for you to be expanded beyond your senses, now you can see, hear, feel all of that with psychic clarity. But he's talking about doing more than just that. It's really lovely, the feeling that this is the complete opposite of what I just felt. I can digest this. And this is too the truth. This is also the truth. This part of the truth is that souls can incarnate on two versions of the same. One version is the opposite or dark or the scary. Or one version is the enlightened, the positive, the gift, the blessing. So the soul can experience two different versions of the same. They get to choose what they want. So now we are seeing what is a world without time. So in one version of the truth, this happens in the negative. In one version of the truth, this happens in the positive. Thing is where this is happening is simultaneously in conjunction with your now version, which was simultaneously in conjunction with your now version that was also this girl. Experiencing two different versions of the same. How am I supposed to make sense of this as a human being? All you do is the best that you can with the wisdom and choose to align with what brings out the joy in your heart. You have to do it in this way, otherwise human beings are going to be miserable through a choice to see from the darker angle that they don't have to actually perceive from anymore, period. Again, Sethmore is so loving, and he's really welcoming human beings to step onto the higher plane of the truth where this is the truth that you are in balance, the truth that love is all around you, the truth that this work is enhancing you, not controlling you. He's smiling again. He's a part of this whole journey with you. He's quite a companion for you in this life. Very loving, very part of your experience. And I'm telling you, this guy is an alien being. Not just a spirit guide in that way, but an alien being with infinite capacity where he could feel like a spirit guide, but he's actually just that able in a physical body. So I'm really happy right now to experience this version of the truth. Is really I'm supposed to help you. This is work done in your spiritual atmosphere. I've not only healed what is this older version of the truth, is not the version of the truth. The version of the truth is the now version, which is the higher plane of expression version, which I get to work with this entity now to program your consciousness to have these gifts and abilities to actually expand you in ways that you've asked for through help from the alien universe. Is what it is. So I'm just waiting for the next thing. I'm telling you again, Julian, I'm sorry about the scary part there, because that was really hard for me, but I'm not at all disturbed or bothered at all, period, anymore. I'm able to enter into a new realm of wisdom, so I can't always understand how all this healing overlaps, how it takes place in an infinite realm where there's no time, how I do half the things that I do, but this is going to be hardcore empowering for your spiritual pathway and journey. This is going to do hardcore, life-changing work for you. So you're going to notice a vast improvement. I've never seen or done or been a part of anything of this caliber ever. That's why seeing it from this angle is really amazing to me. I would totally work with this guy again in order to help every human being, to work with him to help alter the infinite coding to be a reflection of the 5D reality we are all trying to experience here. This scene, I'm telling you, the complete opposite exists here. I mean, there's not even a tinge of manipulation. There's not a tinge of evil. There's not a tinge of the nightmare. There's not a tinge of the torture. Not a tinge of anything that was entirely saturated in that last scene. It was saturated with all of our worst nightmares, and it was extremely hard for me to digest. This is saturated with every version of pure love I could experience in heaven, by angels, with Sethmore, with everybody who loves you, and who loves human beings. I'm laying down on the table now, and I'm allowing him to provide his gifts to enhance my capacity as well. You're standing up from the table, you're smiling, and you're giggling. This is important because my soul has endured lifetimes that were quite terrible of this caliber, and so when I see this being done to others, it creates a ripple effect, and I get derailed because it reminds me of a time when I too endured something terrible like this. And so now I am given the gift to see a pure version of the truth, which my soul would be it's a gift to my soul and my soul journey, and to me as Abby. He's helping me he is seeing all of my coding. And I trust this entity. I just got to experience the beauty he has within. that was just shared with you, and it was so wonderful. I'm just experiencing it. He is inputting wisdom that is the truth. So what is the truth? The truth can be whatever you want it to be. For somebody who is in fear, dealing with paranoia, the truth could be something that's outrageous and not something they should be afraid of. You know, but to them, that's the truth, and now it's triggering a sensation of paranoia and fear. So when you have nothing to fear, you're happy. I mean, there's all different infinite versions of the truth. The truth inputted is, as Sethmore said, I am in perfect balance and alignment with the spiritual universe. So he's inputting this into my genetic coding and everything. He's inputting into my coding that I see angels. I'm quite convinced, and I know, and I've been saying this every day, that the angel realm is just as a part of this world as our desk, our computers, our lights, our anything. And so I can see angels as clearly as I can see my crystal ball. You know, I can see my reflection talking to you during this soul rebirth journey. And so that is the truth that I'm aligning with in order to help project their image from inside. Now I can see them on the outside standing around me. Now I can work with them with even greater clarity. So we're working with these programs of the mind that tell you that I'm not as good as I want to be. You know, we're altering the program to say, I am in balance. I am able to see with psychic clarity. I am able to hear with psychic clarity. All of this. And it's really beautiful. I'm thanking him for the blessing that he's sharing with me. And I'm giving him a gift in return of love from my heart to his own. There's some other people here. 2 males, 1 female. They look human to me. They're in longer outfits, sort of robe style. I wouldn't be able to define it. It's white. It has some brown to it. They look like normal people, like normal human beings, but they're pretty looking, but they're totally natural. No makeup on this girl at all. Totally natural hair. But everything is really healthy about their appearances, more healthy than we look. Even if you were to look at somebody who looks very healthy, very youthful and healthy, and they still look healthier somehow. I don't know how to describe that. They're loving, totally welcoming me. So I'm asking what next? So we're on a slide, me and these 3. They must have some relationship with you too, Julian. This blonde female has her hair kind of pulled back. The 2 men, I've not been able to see them as clearly as her. She's really making an appearance. That browner hair, I would say. We're going down a slide right now. And we're basically, the floor of this space where we were, where everything was happening, is opening up, and I'm going down a slide into a dark space. I'm like, I'll take these demon spaces any day over where I just came from. I loved that second version of the truth. It was like really great. I'll take that as well. We're just going down a slide and we're having a really good time. Then we want to go down to a deep, dark space within you to help you. You have an ambition, motivation for your spiritual goals. And that's helping us to get into certain veins where we can alter what is the truth in those veins. So now what is dark is now light. And so we're going to do that here in this space now too. So I just took a vein that was quite dark and transformed it into a truth that is of heavenly light. And I too got to experience it. It was beautiful. It was a gift. It was a blessing. And so now we're going down here. It's what I would see as a normal chaotic demon space, but it's just an empty cavern of darkness, and there's some like rocky, it looks like a cave kind of place. They usually look cave-like. So I'm just going down here with them, and then we'll see what happens next. There's a lot more joy and excitement I'm feeling even in this dark space with them. There's laughter. There's a dragon here. It's green in color. There's even darker spaces still. We can really go down deep. There's a hatch or something opening up in the ground. So we're just going to go down there even deeper, even beneath this where the dragon is. The dragon looks more like a really oversized alligator body doesn't have a really long neck or anything. But it's massive like you would think a dragon. You would see a dragon be very massive of this size. I guess you could call it a dinosaur or something. We're going into a space where there's a lot of fire energy, but it's not flames of it's more like spiritual fire everywhere, and it's a reddish color. I can't see with clarity this space. It's hard to make out what it is yet. I just feel everything in here. I feel warm energy, but there's something about this place that needs some help or some alteration to it. Everything is just a red color, and it's like spiritual flame in here. It's not normal fire, it's a different version of fire. We're going down even further still. All of us are. Me and these three are still. There's another trapdoor open in the floor. We are going down to another space. I'm done. I'm done with this monkey business. I'm just going to transform into a bolt of energy and just bash through all the floors so we can get to the deepest space we can go into. So I'm crushing them all. I'm busting them all up from every space that we've been to is just getting busted up now. I'm just not wasting any time. I'm just busting up all the spaces. They need to be transformed. They're not healthy. Healthy spaces are full of flowers and butterflies and birds singing and sunlight and rainbows and stuff like that. Spaces like this, they're kind of like that feeling of, I just don't feel like doing anything today. I just feel like spacing out for the next 5 hours or watching TV, or they're kind of spaces that don't really influence the best in us. They're not really contaminated with any entities that are manipulating your consciousness or mental body or anything like that. They're just, that alligator was like a smiling crocodile or something. That dinosaur thing, there wasn't more to that wisdom. It's just there. I'm not there to evaluate it, but I am there to transform these spaces. So that's what I'm doing. Basically just rocketed down and just blasted out every space that I can get into. My nose. Okay. There's a water space down here. It's a deep one, alright. I'm draining it down a hole instantly. There's some body hanging from the ceiling here. I'm cutting it down, helping it to the side. I'm creating a soft land of just soft grass here. It's just rocky everywhere. Nose itching. So I'm laying him down. I'm undoing this. It's a male entity. I just wasn't going to wait any. I'm motivated to do stuff. So the smiling people are just, they're in the slow lane. I don't know. Okay, they're manifested here with me as well, so. There's something else here, sort of a bluish colored guy. I mean, his face looks like you take like a bubble gum, like a pink bubble gum, and you chew it up, and then you smash it against the table and let it dry out, and that's what his face looks like, but it's big. It's big and blue with some purple in it, and it's not quite dried out. It's liquid. It's moist still. It's got eyes and a mouth. It's a whole body is of this blue and purpley color. Some purple streaks in what is really blue. I'm trying to make sense. I have this man is sleeping on the grass. He's very skinny, like he's been starving, and just hung upside down by his ankles with a rope tied around him. I mean, he's kind of has a Jesus reflection. Something about chaos about this place, but it hasn't come yet. I'm seeing a pterodactyl. I'm hearing a noise, like a dinosaur noise, or like a piercing bird call. It's just a piercing bird call noise. It's high pitched and then it echoes into a lower pitch, but then it ends. We are giving this man water who is laying here on the grass. This blue guy is here. Nothing else is being... There's no information other than this. Okay. Still watching. There's a patience that I'm to experience right now. I'm just supposed to wait right now. There's nothing else that I'm allowed to be actively involved with. There's just interaction with this man. There's this blue guy here. I'm gonna just pause this for a minute and come back. They're just interacting with him, and I'm gonna let some of this interaction pan out, and then I'll come back and see what has happened. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, I'm back. I'm just gonna relax and then we'll see what's going on here. Okay. I'm just entering the space. It's interesting because the value is altering its demeanor. I literally see a dark angel. I mean, it's an angel who's all black with black wings. I've never seen one like this. I usually see, like, even like the angel of death was like a skeletal type of man. And I see dark, sort of demonic dragon, like, you know, with angels with dragon wings type of thing, but they're not exactly angels. I've never seen an angel that was completely black energy with black wings. It's coming through and it's making an impression here in this space where I'd seen that man, which I'm not allowed to really interact with that scene right now. I'm just allowed to see this. There's a lot of interchanging images. Wisdom about is still a liquid going down a drain, which it had cleared out of there. So I'm still looking at this dark entity. There's something soft about the way he feels. His feathers are soft. There's something soft about the way that he is interacting with me very gently. Not very quick motions, not sharing energy that creates pain or harm in me. It's all very slow. It's all very soft and slow. I can't understand. It keeps sort of reverting to like an anime sort of image. It's all very quiet and still. All I can do is wait here. I am feeling an alteration of energy in my heart portal. So I'm choosing to move my body. I'm choosing to walk in a direction. I'm choosing to go somewhere. I've been waiting. That's kind of how I feel. I've waited long enough. I'm going places. I am doing things. I am motivated to action right now. And so I'm walking towards the angel. I'm walking towards where I'm supposed to go. That's what I say. I'm going where I am meant to be in order to heal you. This too has some relationship with your psychic senses that are wanting to blossom right now. I'm going into a space that's quite dark. I'm holding this dark angel's hand and I'm asking him to take me. There's no concern I have about him. He's warping the impression of what is a space. It's altering what is a flat screen is warping so it looks sort of like a funnel kind of with a hole in the center, but there's no actual hole through it. It's just warping the scene outward, like kind of creating a spherical sort of wave about it. And walking through this, it's turned into a kind of a liquid. It's dark here. I'm taking him with me. That's what I say. We're going downward very quickly. There's a massive space here. I'm trying to reach the flooring and I haven't gotten there yet and I'm going down insanely fast. That's how massive this space is. I'm just choosing to alter the perception so I can be on the ground right now. Whew. That was pretty intense. There are other angels that are coming here. These ones... Oh, my gosh, my stomach keeps dropping. I'm not allowed to be present on the ground yet. I got to be on the ground until those angels came, and then that's when my stomach dropped and I was still in the perception of falling now. This is a long ways down. I mean, this is a very long ways down. I'm trying to create means to get to the bottom very quickly. Portals, whatever I can do, I will get there. It's what I'm doing. There's something about this wisdom that I am actively trying to solve the problem. Sometimes I'm allowed to be actively engaged, and sometimes I'm not. And I can't force it. So there's something about you are actively exploring new things, new ways to get to where you're trying to be, which is good. You make progress very quickly this way. I have scaled so many spaces they're talking about. It's quite an accomplishment to have gotten to where I am right now. My feet are on the ground. There's several things going on. I'm basically feet on the ground holding what is like a massive glass circular orb. It's clear, you can see through it. It makes me think of a Christmas ornament, but it's so huge it would be like me trying to hold a perfect cylindrical Christmas ornament that is glass or clear, and it's the size of, I don't know, 50 elephants or something crazy like that, in a place that looks like the horizon on Earth. I mean, the space is that massive. And while simultaneously there's angels still on their way down, so I feel like I'm still also on my way down. Some version of me is still falling while some version of me is on the ground. These are blending while separate. There's again some images about dinosaurs and stuff. I'm just taking the glass with my hands and instantly I'm dissolving it so it has no value anymore. It's not here. I don't know why, but I'm extremely determined. I feel so much determination to solve everything that I can. I'm going to alter its vibration. I'm just so determined. It's really snappy. That's really good. That means you too are this determined. I'm breaking up the ground right now. I'm growing to be massive. It's like Alice in Wonderland style. Eat the little yummy cake and now you're a giant. And now I'm massive. I did this in the recent Soul Rebirth journey. I'm growing massive and I'm literally using powerful energy to bash down the ground and pull up energy from the ground as well. So it's as if I have cables that I am just projecting into the ground while simultaneously they're already deep in the ground and I'm just pulling stuff up. I'm just completely demolishing this entire scene. This is in conjunction with psychic blocks is what they're talking about. I mean, these are very vast spaces with not a lot going on. There's not a lot going on in there. I mean, but there's some they're images of dinosaurs, which is sort of ancient history or ancient wisdom. You're connecting with ancient veins of truth, which is good. But there's also something about we need to take down the old reflections of the old that you've created, all of this that you've created. We alter the energy vibration by demolishing all of this and we recreate it, or we allow you to be disconnected from this version of everything that has been your soul journey or your expression up until this point. We've gone way down in your soul journey history and are altering the vibrations, and now I don't know how this is going to end up, but you will be in a state of complete reharmonization from this. So I'm literally just busting up the ground right now. I'm breaking everything down. I'm demolishing it all. There's some other wisdom about aliens coming through here. I'm on a blue platform. It's glowing. I see my feet. They're wearing something white, some sort of white boots or something. I keep hearing a vroom sort of noise. I feel like I'm in motion and it's making my stomach go up and down. That's the way it feels. It feels herky and jerky. I feel kind of nauseous, to be honest. I feel kind of gross and nauseous. I'm a man. I've got blonde hair. It just, I mean, I've like Count Dooku, the blonde. I don't know what this guy is, but it's like the wearing. I don't know why, but all I can think of is his name's got to be Count Dooku or something, because he's got some sort of cape and he's wearing a blue, silky style. It's what the material looks silky to me, and it's got almost like a shoulder pad effect to it. And he's serious, and he's sort of like dun 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 dun, dun, dun. Count Dooku's on the way. I don't know. And he's just serious in his walk and his manner. But it's as if a spaceship is going through an atmosphere, and it's like a turbulence or something, and it's like making me feel gross inside to feel it. But he's very stern with his demeanor. He knows what he wants. He knows where he's going. He knows what this is about. He knows what this experience is. He's very clean. He's very presentable. It's odd. Just because human being, like, there's something humanistic about being presentable that I don't really experience with alien beings. But it's not as if the alien beings too, they clean themselves as well and wear clean clothes and stuff. I see them wearing clothes. I sometimes see them not wearing anything at all. So he is wearing clothing, and he's clean and tidy and presentable. It's odd because this ship kind of spins like this way. It doesn't spin this way. It spins like vertically. There's something odd about the way this spacecraft is. They're not all in cylinders. Some of them aren't at all that way. But this one is spinning like this. I don't know how. What are they, in a bubble on the inside of it, and then it spins around them? But I don't understand the mechanism of it. I just know that he does not experience himself spinning like this. Just the spacecraft is doing it around while he is in what is a flat plane, where he's not spinning at all, but he's in motion, experiencing movement in space that is rocky, like he's going into an atmosphere or something. He's making decisions. He is in conjunction with some beings that look absolutely nothing like himself. They look like nothing I've ever seen before. They have... It's like their neck and head is the same. They're brown. They have black eyes. They have some sort of odd spotty little pieces here. Their head is sort of like... It's sort of like looking at a Q-tip. And it's brown. And they're skinny. I can't understand their arms or their legs as of yet. There's just see their top heads, and they're shorter than he is. They're of a completely different style of expression, totally two different versions. They live on this planet. They know each other. There's no fear, there's no hesitation, there's nothing but interaction between them, and they both while of two completely different species, two different planets, two different styles of expression, communicate in perfect harmony and balance with each other through these simple techniques that all human beings already have. You have as well, Julian. Everybody can have these. These are the same techniques Count Dooku uses, the Q-tip guys use. It is the same. They're communicating through their psychic ears, their psychic eyes, and they're sharing energy vibrations that are flowing through their heart portals. I mean, they may not have a heart like we have a heart, etc., but they have an energy beacon that transfers energy, emotions, and stuff back and forth and translates pictures and feelings and thoughts in that way. But there's absolutely no vocal. They are not speaking using their mouths like we do. And it's a perfect transference of wisdom, perfectly understood by both sides. I'm not understanding what the interaction is about as of yet. I'm just watching and understanding that they're in communication in the same style. Like I talk to Sethmore. Like I talk to anybody. There's an odd thing they're doing. It goes there's something odd about what they're saying. They're making a noise. The Q-tip people are, and I'm telling you, there's like 20 of them. They might as well be worms or something like that. But they're intelligent. They're capable of communicating in this style. But they make a noise. And they get really stiff and they just look and they goes and there's 15 of them, 20, there's a bundle of them. They look like worms. They don't have arms or legs. They have a worm-like body. They're at this ship. There's somehow they live in a very rocky terrain. There's no green life here. I can't. The breathing. I don't understand what the air is because I don't feel like a human being could breathe this air. There's something odd going on here. I don't know how. I'm still trying to make sense of this. I'm just watching them. That was also some form of communication. It's as if he may not have known that, but it's as if they knew it or could hear it and were calling for others to come. I don't know if it was actually a sound he would have heard or something. They're saying it was a sound he heard. He heard them make the sound. He is aware they are calling for others. There's work they do together. They're interacting. I don't know. They're not telling me what it's about. He's smiling. He looks really happy. They're moving on from here. The interaction is over. I'm not even convinced that he ever was outside or they. I'm convinced there was some sort of. I don't know how they were talking to each other. Because now, what it looked like was that he could see them perfectly as though he was on the planet with them. Although he was not there on the planet with them. That's why I was so confused because I could not breathe the air they were breathing. I knew that there was something about the air there that was not right for me. And it was not right for him either. But yet I could see perfectly into their worlds from this place as if there was a latch opened and they were all standing in there. But now I see he was in space all along and there was just a perfect interaction with each other. And he was never even landed on a planet. It's strange. I'm still trying to make sense of this. There's something about a rainbow. There's something about a lot of joy and sparkly energy that he's experiencing. It's all over in his head. He's really happy right now. He's smiling. He feels balanced and at peace. I don't understand their relationship. They're not giving me any more information. There was the sensation of being in like a descent or something rocking, or maybe he was taking off into space. Because I could see his thing in space moving too. But everything is smooth sailing, everything is fine, and he's totally at peace right now. I'm asking them what this has to do with you, or the energy is really positive. It's relaxing for me. I'm feeling it in my gut region. I'm feeling it all over me, feeling very relaxed, very at peace, very like I could take a really wonderful nap right now. There's a lot of it's just stalled out. It's really peaceful again. All I can tell you is this guy is still in space, flying around, doing whatever he's doing. I'm not able to see anybody else on the spaceship, just watching him. He has not a second thought on his mind about those entities. He's not thinking about them at all anymore. He is thinking about something else. This has to do with you. This was you all along. This is you. This is you from some other lifetime. Manning a alien spaceship, communicating with beings on other planets. It's as if you're sort of exploring and seeing what is out there. I'm not supposed to say anything else right now. I've just been bouncing off thoughts and understandings about everything I've been seeing with my spirit guides, waiting for some further detail or explanation. You're very happy. You're very balanced. You don't have, you just have one dream, one thing that you are wanting to accomplish, and you are on a mission to explore the universe. I don't see anybody else though in the ship, and I don't feel like you're necessarily alone here. They aren't letting me see anything else, just you. There's basically a box here that you're doing some work by, and it's as if you are manning the ship through some interaction you're having here with this piece. But you're just staring out through what is perfect glass so you can just see the universe. So you're not even really driving the boat or whatever, the ship. You're just been in quite a daze of just calm and peacefulness. You're relaxing. Just standing up, relaxing in such a peaceful way. It's as if that is your normal demeanor. But that's quite a serious face he had from the get-go, but it's very relaxed right now. He really is happy to see all of the creations in an infinite universe that are far different than him. These ones were able to communicate with him. There's indication there's some that wouldn't have that capacity. That there wouldn't be that. There's no understanding of what this was about, just that he was exploring this race of beings or whatever, and there was an interaction between them and some noise that was calling others. This is how Sethmore feels too about you. He's able to visit other places as well and interact with other beings as easily as you can interact with somebody on your cell phone. But it's a combination of being able to see with perfect clarity, even be as if you are standing on the planet right there in the physical. Everything is as crystal clear as if you went to a coffee shop to meet a friend, but yet you're still in your apartment doing other things. That's the clarity. They're saying that is the gift we are prescribing or we are creating for you. This is a true past life experience. It's interesting because you can have a past life where you are this version of alien being, right? And now you have friends that are aliens that are that version of alien being now, and you are the human being or the expression that doesn't have that capacity in this lifetime. Whereas you've been in other lifetimes where you've experienced alien beings who had the capacity and could use it to do things that we would just find unfathomable. But then there's also this wisdom about an expression of timelessness and the ability to choose your experiences and then alter your vibration through altering what is the truth of the wisdom even. How does that entity, for instance, alter your programming as that girl? He alters the truth of the wisdom. So here we have all this wisdom, this coding. It's no different than a DNA strand. The DNA strand is the truth, but now you alter the DNA a little bit, and now that is the truth. So that is what we're doing. I'm telling you, this Dark Angel is very loving. Part of the wisdom is some wisdom that he is sharing, because he can share from realms of darkness and realms of light too. He's very balanced. He's quite beautiful. I'm not able to see his face or whatever, male or female, I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's just energy that has angel wings, and it's very soft and completely black. It's very loving. Shocking to me. I have been breaking up these spaces as I was exploring this past life here. Everything has been broken upward. So we're breaking all the spaces, but we're pulling everything upward. So all the spaces are just one plane of expression now. There's a garden growing all over this place. What would be a rocky terrain like where those worm people were? This has been a rocky terrain as well, but there's really deep pods of green earth, sort of. It's as if I can see what is like a human pore, but you see it under a microscope and it looks like a massive, like, I don't know, there's just a pod. There's massive pods all across this with green seeds in them. And if we grew, the plants would be so enormous and we would be the size of little ants or something. So I'm letting it rain here. There's a rumble and a massive red pyramid stone coming out of the ground in between all these pods of seeds and things that are about to start growing, green things. This is really huge. A red pyramid, like a mountain. It's a perfect red stone and shaped perfectly like a pyramid. There are some angels here doing some work on it. There's something on the inside here. But I can't understand what it is. I'm just letting them do their thing with it. Everything is growing or taking off. Everything is doing something. I'm just standing here observing. Things are growing. Angels are working on this red pyramid piece. I don't know what they are doing to it. They're touching it and moving around it. They're somehow allowing this to be a part of your... Basically, they just lifted up a flat space that was growing in Mother Earth energy, basically. And then from the center of it is this massive red pyramid. So they take it and they just enter it into your head, basically. It's an energy gift. It's creating quite a positive improvement in the psychic center. It's releasing red vapor energies that are filling your mental cavity. And they're projecting light out of your third eye that is red vapor. You're full of energy right now in life. You're dancing on the planet while you're out in the stars. You're huge. You have feet tap dancing across the globe that's spinning while your hands are reaching out to the stars, and you're smiling big, looking out at the stars, and you're just feeling connected to everything, connected to the earth and the universe beyond. And you're joyful in the connection, and you keep reaching and stretching. And you're finding things further and further beyond the outer reaches. Your clarity is enhanced tremendously. there's nothing stopping you from accomplishing your greatest potential, your dreams, your everything you ever wanted to experience. Even your heart is releasing some red energy out of your heart portal, and it was a complete release of some old energy that was in there, and now your heart portal is literally blasting with red energy that is flowing in and out really impressively. It's really impressive. I mean, you're just turning into a furnace of red energy. Red life force energy. It's like heart energy, blood energy, romance, passion, inspiration, motivation, all of that. And it's blending, is sort of coming through the heart, out the head, and it's just connecting all parts of your expression. And you're still smiling, tap dancing, and feeling amazing. You're releasing some other versions of old energy just out of different places, and we're letting it release from you. There is an old version of you that is ready to be a part of your reflective past. So I am allowing you to, I'm creating two versions of you. One is the version of you that you are, that contains old energy on the inside. So in order to release all of that, I have the old energy version of you over here and this new version of you here. So now the old energy is completely no longer a part of your inside, is now completely disconnected from you 100%. That was a really big deal that I was able to do that. That old energy reflection was possessed a lot of old contaminated, just old energy vibrations from lots and lots and lots of lifetimes. The balance you're going to have is going to be amazing. And they're showing me now that the earth is the round ball that is sitting on a chair, that is sitting on top of a washer and dryer, that is sitting on top of a piano, on top of a mountain. And now you're the one reaching out into the stars like Sethmore, saying, I am in perfect balance and alignment with the infinite universe. And you feel it from all angles. And you're so strong and so sturdy in the way you're standing that nothing is going to topple anything over. It's almost as if you have created the strength of the structure. You create the balance. You create the balance that this structure needs to be in place no matter which way you move your body. It will not topple over because you control the balance of all of the structures. And they choose now, they're forced to be in your balance. All the structures are by your balance. You force the ball to balance on your finger. You force the ball to spin. You force the ball to do in accordance with your balance. Nothing will ever topple over when it is forced to be in accordance with your balance. But your balance is so mighty and so impressionable that it's almost like it turns everything into a frozen still thing. And it can still move or resituate, but it'll never fall over. It's stuck in a place where you are never going to fall over. It's in your balance. It's amazing. There's a lot of joy that Sethmore is sharing right now about this because we've attained alignment with the energy download that he provided. It's a download that we would be able to understand or comprehend his visual wisdom tips tips to help human beings on their spiritual pathway, now to help you through this wavelength of spiritual healing journey, in order to get to this point at the end where now we understand that we force the balance upon all things around us to be a part of our balance. It's strange. I wish I could help you could understand, as in I could just enter into you and now you see, feel, hear, understand exactly what I mean by this. It's amazing. So this is where we leave off. All right, Julian. That was quite an experience. That was quite a journey healing. That was very unique and special. So thank you so much for sharing this experience with me and with everybody on YouTube. It's amazing. All right, I'm gonna have to go relax and go balance myself with the infinite universe now. Okay. So thank you again, and for all of those in the audience, if you would like to experience a soul rebirth journey with me, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.